Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite drugstore brushes. I know someone requested I do a video like this, so I'm finally getting to it. It's been on my list forever, but it's kind of been pushed back by other videos. So I was like, you know what, let's do this, especially since I just washed my brushes. So in the demos, or like little kind of mini screen caps of them, they'll be clean. So as I'm showing you at the moment as I'm talking, they'll be a little bit dirty because I just used them on my face because I kind of wanted to show you me applying my makeup with them as well. Some of them, maybe not all of them, but just so you can get a view like that. But that's why most of them are kind of dirty right now, but you'll still see a clean version. So the first products I'm going to talk about are face powder brushes, and I have a couple different options because I specifically have a dry skin, so I like to mix it up a bit. But the first brush, this is the Real Techniques. This is actually their blush brush, and as you can see, this is pretty big for my cheeks specifically. I didn't really like it as a blush, especially I feel like they didn't pack on too much product. I actually preferred it as a powder for all over the face brush, because I just felt like it was just so much easier to kind of go around the face like this. So I really like this for a powder brush. Very light hand, but if you have oily skin, feel free to really kind of pack it onto your skin. If you'll notice, the bristles are a little bit more kind of packed together, but not too dense, so it's still like a nice medium from a super dense brush to say more of like a looser dual fiber brush, which I'll show you guys next. So my other face powder brush option that I really like, this is actually an Eco Tools brush, and I actually really like the size because this is like my go-to, you know, on the go type of brush I put in my little mini makeup bag when I want to do my makeup on the bus or on my travel to work. And I love the fact that it's dual fiber, so it doesn't pick up too much product. Like for me, it picks up just the right amount of product, so especially if you're using just regular compact powder or even loose powder, it's not gonna pack on so much product all over the face. So dual fiber brushes like this are really great if you have dry skin. My other actually #1 favorite dual fiber brush that I love is actually a Real Techniques one, but it was a limited edition one, those that come in the silver handles, and I didn't want to mention it since you can no longer get it, but I love that one. But this is my other great alternative, plus it's really travel friendly. A foundation brush that I have been actually really loving, and sorry it's really dirty, I just use it for my foundation. This is the Wet n Wild. This is their stippling brush. This is maybe max $3. I'll put down the actual price. I found this at Walgreens, and a lot of the Wet n Wild brushes, this is their new line that had come out, and it has like the little pink on the top, white and pink brushes. Find these, oh my god, these are so inexpensive. I think the most expensive is about $3. Other ones are 99 cents. You can find them at the Dollar Tree even, mostly at Walgreens, if not on the Wet n Wild website. I have been trying to get most of those brushes. I finally had gotten a day where they were all in stock and I was about to get them, but for some reason my order wasn't going through. I don't know what was going on. I was like, oh, I give up. I was there for a while and then I came back another day and it just wasn't working. So I think I still want to get the rest of the brushes just to get them at a really affordable price. So if you see these at Walgreens and especially the Dollar Tree, pick these up. But I love stippling brushes for foundations, and I love this brush. Another really great stippling brush is the e.l.f. stippling brush. I love this, their studio line. This is the black handled brushes, the studio line. I love it so much. I didn't think I was gonna like a brush like this, especially like a stippling brush and like e.l.f. You know, it's really cheap. Is it gonna work? But I love this for a liquid foundation, and if you're someone who has oily skin and you really like to pack on your powder foundation onto your skin, I really would suggest this option for you as well. And especially if you just want to do powder foundation, I think this would be really great to really pack on that coverage. So if you can't find that Wet n Wild one, because that's almost always sold out, I would definitely check out the e.l.f. one, and you can find this at now Walgreens as well as like Target, CVS, Ulta is now carrying e.l.f. You can find e.l.f. so many places, so affordable. Another great foundation option, I have so many, but this is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I really like this for liquid foundation. This would be like my favorite foundation brush, but I kind of like that it's kind of tapered off to the side. It's not full rounded out, so you can even use this for cream contour, cream bronzer. I really like it because it fits, you know, in the hollows of the cheeks but a little bit, especially if you want to bronze out product. So for liquids and creams, I think this is really great. Another brush that I actually really like for like cream bronzer and contour is the Real Techniques Sculpting Brush. I love this, and this is specifically angled if you want to do for your face. I love this for cream and liquid products, but as well, especially, yeah, for foundation. You can even use this, and you know, some people prefer maybe like an angled foundation brush so they can really get underneath the eyes and then around the nose area. So this is just something if you want to be a little extra picky, but you can also really great option for you to use for sculpting, specifically if you want something with more of a defined angle. A brush that I've recently been loving, I think I just mentioned it in my June favorites for bronzer, but this is the e.l.f. blending brush, and I love, it's kind of like a little fan effect, a little chunky little fan brush, but this fits perfectly on the cheekbones, and this is my favorite like little travel brush. This along with that Eco Tools brush, I really like this combo just to kind of carry with me, because sometimes like all I need is foundation, I'll put some powder and then just some bronzer, and this does a really great job of blending out bronzer in general. It doesn't leave you streaky, because you know, if you go side to side and then you can kind of like in little circular motions up, sweep it up. I love the bristles of this brush, so soft. I think this is a really great nice investment, especially if you, I just want to I just want to rub it all over my face, but this is a really great investment piece because you can travel with this as well. If you want to get more contour specific, a little bit extra definition, one of my favorite contouring brushes, this is the Real Techniques. This is their contouring brush. The only con from this brush is that you have to get it in a set, and I think they make you get it in a set because this brush is so freaking awesome. So you have to spend like $15-17 and get like 4 extra brushes that, you know, you're probably okay with, but you just want this one brush. I wish they would just sell this separately, but honestly for business purposes it probably, you know, sells out more because people are like, oh, I would need that brush, so I have to get the whole set. I love this for contouring. So kind of a multi-purpose brush that I really like. This is the e.l.f. blush brush, and I think I'm okay with it as a blush brush. I think if, you know, that's all I have, I'll make it do, but I really like this brush for setting underneath the eyes with my powder. So after I add my concealer, I'll set underneath my eyes with my powder. Or if you even need, just use the very tip to add some highlight, or if you really want to kind of sculpt out, you know, do some bronzing, do some contouring, I think this will definitely do the job, especially if you just need to sweep some product out from under the eyes. If you've kind of already done your foundation, you're doing your lower lash line, you get a little bit of product, just sweep it off with this brush. I feel like I like this more for everything else but blush. Another similar brush to that e.l.f. blush brush, this is actually the e.l.f. This is like their pointed, I don't know if this is their pointed foundation brush, but I really like this one for similar purposes. I like this to go underneath the eyes. So if you'll see the difference here, the blush brush is a little bit wider, and this is definitely just like full on tapered, where it's like wide and then it tapers. So I feel like either one of these you'll do good. I like them for the same purposes. This tapered brush I like to really get underneath the eyes. This one I like a little bit better for contouring. I think you can get really good contour, really good bronze, and then same thing if you need it for highlights. You can kind of go, you know, either one, get both in case one's dirty or you need to use one for the other. A blush brush that I love, I think this is becoming like one of my favorite blush brushes. Like I want to get more for me and my kit because it's so affordable, but I love it so much. This is the Up and Up brush by Target. So Target has a brand, Up and Up, that's like their own special brand. So if you'll kind of notice different products like cleansing wipes or just like little beauty tools, this brand you'll find along maybe like by where like the nail polishes, the nail sections, the eyelashes. You'll find the Up and Up brand, and I just have this blush brush because I wanted to check it out. I love the bristles, they're so soft, but I love how this packs on product to my face. It doesn't pack on too much, but it also blends it out really nicely. They have this individual, they have a couple of other individual brushes, and then they have like little pack of brushes. I definitely need to get those. I think it's like $11, and every time I pick it up, but I don't know why. I need to get it next time. I wish I would have gotten it, tested those brushes out, and could have added more to my favorite drugstore brushes. But so far this one, if you just get this one, I think it's like $6. Definitely check it out, definitely worth it. One of my other all-time favorite brushes, this is the Real Techniques. This is their setting brush. I love this to set underneath my eyes as well as to maybe do highlight to clean up underneath. I just love this brush. I definitely want to get more for myself and for my kit, for my freelance kit, because I just love this. This is like the perfect size to put underneath the eyes. I really like those e.l.f. ones, but if I have to choose, I always kind of reach for this one. And if this one's dirty, that's when I kind of, you know, team, you know, the bench warmers, that's when I go for the other ones. The B team. So this is definitely A team, A-lister, you know, first round this is the one that I choose, the Real Techniques one. This is pretty, you know, inexpensive as well, and especially I think maybe I'll pick some up when it's buy one get one 50% off. I'll probably grab 2 more. So I don't know if it's just gonna be for myself or for my kit, but definitely get this Real Techniques setting brush. And especially too, if you really want to define that contour out first and then blend it out with the bigger brush, you can always do that as well. Another brush very similar to that Real Technique ones, especially like in size as compared to the other e.l.f. ones I was showing you. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. So this was actually maybe a little bit smaller than the Real Techniques, but I love this one to set under the eye with powder. You can blend out liquid foundation. You can also use this to kind of define that contour if you want to as well. This is really great if you want to blend in like a bronzer on your nose or contour your nose a little bit. I know people always like try to find a little smaller but bigger fluffy brush. I think that's really great for that. And I think it might even be cheaper, so in case this one feels a little bit too expensive for you, save a little bit more money with the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. Really like this. I didn't think I was gonna like this as much as I do. So a brush set that I actually have really come to like and use. In the beginning I feel like I didn't use it as much, but I found different uses for these products. It comes in a pack, so this is from the Real Techniques. This is like their eyeshadow brush pack that you can find, and a couple different brushes that I've really been liking for there. This is actually supposed to be their deluxe crease brush. While I like for the crease okay, if I really don't have any other crease brush, I actually really like this for my cream corrector concealer underneath my eyes. So I'll use my NYX. This is like my orange corrector, and I kind of like that it's a synthetic, so it really just gets that product in there and really just blends it out. I love the size of it, so I really like to use that. If you want to go in with concealer and kind of place that in and blend that out and go in with the beauty blender, or just blend that out with this, I really like this for that precise concealer blending and placement. Then we have the base shadow brush. Well, this is okay for when I put eyeshadows on my lid. I think it's alright. If it's like, maybe I prefer this maybe more with matte shadows and shimmery. I feel like with shimmery doesn't pack on the color as great as I would like, but I also really like this brush for underneath when I use concealers or those correctors. I really just like that synthetic. I just like how it blends it out, but then I also really like this. I actually go in and blend out colors in the crease with this brush, so I really want something a little bit precise that's really gonna blend it out because it is kind of tapered. I really do like to blend out the crease with this brush as well. Then we have this itty bitty little brush, and I actually really like this brush when I want to clean up my lipstick with concealer because it's so tiny, so I can really get in there and help clean that out, or as well as underneath my brows, or if you really just want to precisely place some like shimmer in the inner corners of your eye. 2 lid shade brushes that I really like. I just wanted to show you the difference. I'm pretty sure these are the newer ones. These are actually both Sonia Kashuk, and I love these. These are really inexpensive. They're white handled brushes, so if you just need a quick lid shade brush, definitely pick up one of these Sonia Kashuk brushes. But I wanted to show this Sonia Kashuk one. This is very similar to what the e.l.f. Eyeshadow brushes look like, and I wish I would have kept my original. I had one from my first ever lid shade brush that I had when I was 16. That was my first ever makeup brush, makeup tool that I ever had, and I had it up until maybe last year, until my dog kind of chewed it up. I wish I would have just kept it. It was kind of chewed up, you know. I wish I would have just kept it for sentimental reasons. I was like sad, like that's my first ever brush and I'm so sad that you freaking ate it. But very similar to the Sonia Kashuk one, and that was about $1. So if you can, you know, something simple like that for $1 for those lid shade brushes, and that lasted me 16 to 24. That lasted me like 8 years. So that e.l.f. brush, that little $1, took me very far. So definitely if you see the shadow brushes from e.l.f., check those out. 2 other Sonia Kashuk brushes that I really love. This first one is their blending brush. This is their number 109 brush. I love this. I have like 5 or 6 of these. I use it for myself as well as I have them in my kit. Just something very affordable. These are about $6 and I just love it, especially to blend out your crease, blend out your crease shade. These are so inexpensive and they blend out the product so well. So if I don't use my Sigma, I definitely use my Sonia Kashuk ones, which are about like half the price and even less probably. Another Sonia Kashuk brush that I really love, this is more of their pointed crease brush. So if you really want to put precise product placement right into the crease, or when I'm blending out a crease shade but I want to go too crazy, I want to be more precise with it, I'll definitely go in with this brush. I love this, and especially even if you just want to add a little corner highlight, you know, in the inner corner, and just in general, I love this little brush. Very inexpensive. Another Wet n Wild brush that I really love, this is, I'm not sure what they're called, I wish I would have had their names, but this is like their small concealer brush, and I really like this for cleaning and carving out underneath my brows. So when I do my eyebrows, I like to go in with concealer underneath and just kind of clean it up a little bit, and I just love how this kind of glides underneath my eyes and it's a little crisp and precise. As well as maybe even I like to go in and clean up around the mouth. I really just like this for like concealer purposes. And my last brush, this is my Real Techniques detailer brush, and I like this as well as to clean up underneath my brows, to clean up with concealer my lipstick, clean it up, make it a little bit more crisp, a little bit precise. Or especially, I like this to actually apply lipstick, to apply either my liquid lipstick or especially just regular lipsticks from the tube. I just like to, you know, especially if you don't have a lip liner, just something a little bit more precise, or just to kind of, you know, just get that precision within that lip liner. So a lot of different uses for this little brush that you wouldn't think to use it. So those are my favorite drugstore brushes. I know there are definitely way more drugstore brushes that I have to try out, stuff that I can just easily pick up at the store, and then I'll definitely be on the hunt. I know I'll probably eventually redo this video, do an updated version of more brushes I want to try, especially like those Target up and up brushes that I want to, you know, try the rest of the collection. So there'll definitely be an updated version, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, especially for those of you who are beginners and you can't spend too much on brushes and you kind of want to know where to save here and there. Definitely check out the e.l.f. Studio line. They have so many brushes. Every time I go to Target, I pick one up and it's like, oh, $6. It's not that bad. And just little by little collect them. That line has a lot of really great brushes. Sonia Kashuk has a lot of really great ones. Real Techniques at Ulta especially, though, has buy one get one 50% off. So definitely, you know, don't feel like you have to spend way too much, especially if you're just starting out, or even me myself. And now I'm like, hey, if I can save money, find a really great affordable brush, I definitely will. I love that Wet n Wild has that white and pink, you know, kind of handled collection. I'm gonna try one more time maybe to get the rest from the website, because I think those are pretty great quality for the price. So let me know what are some of your guys' favorite drugstore brushes, maybe, you know, some to add to my collection to try out as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with some more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.